The 2020 US presidential election was one of the most contentious in American history. It left the nation deeply divided. The aftermath saw unprecedented challenges to the very foundation of American democracy. At the heart of this storm was Donald Trump, the incumbent president who refused to accept defeat. His claims of a stolen election, fueled by misinformation and conspiracy theories, resonated with millions of his supporters. This set the stage for a legal battle unlike any other, one that would test the limits of presidential power and the resilience of American institutions. This is not just about one election, it's about the future of American democracy. It's about ensuring that the will of the people, expressed through free and fair elections, is respected and upheld. The stakes couldn't be higher. This case has gripped the nation's attention, sparking intense debate and scrutiny. It raises profound questions about the rule of law, the peaceful transfer of power, and the very essence of American democracy. In the midst of this political and legal maelstrom, Jack Smith emerged as a central figure. A seasoned prosecutor with a reputation for integrity and independence, Smith was appointed as special counsel to investigate the events surrounding January 6th and any attempts to interfere with the peaceful transfer of power. His mandate was clear: to follow the evidence wherever it may lead, without fear or favor. Smith's appointment was met with a mix of hope and skepticism. Some saw him as a beacon of hope, a symbol of the Justice Department's commitment to upholding the rule of law. Others viewed him as a partisan figure, appointed to target a former president. Undeterred by the political noise surrounding his appointment, Smith assembled a team of experienced prosecutors and investigators. They began their work meticulously, examining mountains of evidence, including emails, phone records, and financial documents. At the core of Smith's case is a critical distinction between Donald Trump's actions as a private citizen and his actions as the President of the United States. This distinction is crucial because it goes to the heart of presidential immunity. The Constitution grants the president broad powers, but it also provides for checks and balances. One of those checks is the principle that the president is not above the law. Smith argues that when Trump engaged in efforts to overturn the election, he was acting not as the president, but as a private citizen seeking to retain power. This distinction, if proven in court, could have far-reaching implications for Trump's legal defense. This legal strategy is not without its risks. Trump's legal team is certain to mount a vigorous defense, arguing that his actions were well within the bounds of his presidential authority. The outcome of this legal battle could hinge on the interpretation of presidential power and the scope of presidential immunity. Section 4. Voices from Within. Evidence and testimonies. Central to Smith's case are the testimonies of individuals who were once part of Trump's inner circle. These witnesses, many of whom have testified before a grand jury, provide first-hand accounts of Trump's actions and state of mind in the days and weeks following the election. Their testimonies paint a picture of a president who was unwilling to accept defeat and who pressured those around him to overturn the results. Among the most compelling testimonies are those of former Attorney General William Barr and former Vice President Mike Pence. Barr has testified that he told Trump that his claims of election fraud were bullshit. Pence, despite intense pressure from Trump, refused to interfere with the certification of the electoral votes on January 6th. These testimonies are corroborated by a trove of documentary evidence, including emails, text messages, and phone records. This evidence provides a detailed account of the efforts to pressure state officials to overturn the election results, as well as the planning and execution of the January 6th attack on the Capitol. Section 5. The Supreme Court's stance navigating presidential immunity. Looming large over the entire case is the issue of presidential immunity. This legal doctrine, enshrined in the Constitution, shields the president from certain types of lawsuits while in office. However, the scope of presidential immunity is not unlimited. The Supreme Court, the ultimate arbiter of the Constitution, has ruled on this issue in the past, setting precedents that could have a significant impact on Trump's case. In 1974, in the landmark case of United States v. Nixon, the Supreme Court ruled that presidential immunity is not absolute. The court held that the president could be compelled to turn over evidence in a criminal investigation, even if it involved confidential communications. The Supreme Court's rulings on presidential immunity will be closely watched as Trump's case progresses. The court's decisions could have far-reaching implications, not only for Trump but for future presidents as well. Section 6. The Road Ahead: Justice, Accountability, and the Future of American Democracy. The legal battle over Trump's efforts to overturn the 2020 election is far from over. The road ahead is likely to be long and arduous, with numerous legal challenges and appeals expected. The outcome of this case will have profound implications, not only for Trump but for the future of American democracy. If Trump is convicted, it would send a powerful message that no one, not even the president, is above the law. It would also serve as a warning to future presidents that they will be held accountable for their actions. Conversely, if Trump is acquitted, it could embolden future efforts to overturn election results. Regardless of the outcome, this case has exposed deep divisions in American society. It has also raised fundamental questions about the rule of law, the peaceful transfer of power, and the very essence of American democracy.